viewers, welcome to the Noob Guide for Noobs. Today we are doing our next champion, or god if you will, and we are going to go into Joust to do so, because, well, last time I demonstrated Ymir, and Ymir is obviously a support. This time we are going to do a carry by the name of Neith, if I can find her. Of course, a lot of you will already have spotted her, and I can't find her. Oh, come on. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't find her, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We are going to go up against Ra, like always. It is just for demonstration purposes. But yeah, you know that by now. So Neith is a physical damage ranged DPSer. Which means that you buy a lot of offensive items, virtually no defensive items. And we will go and do the items first. So your starter item, let's do it here. Yeah, starter item, where Mark of the Vanguard was for Ymir, Death Stole is for Neith. You basically never want to get Boomba's Mask or Watcher's Gift because, well, you're a carry, you don't need those. Heartseeker is your first main item if you are good enough. Otherwise you're going for Ninja Tabbies. Titan's Bane, definitely good as an item, so do consider that. Then for your lifesteal you can go Devourer's Glove, or if there's a lot of healing on the enemy team, like right now, because we're up against Ra, you might want to consider Brawler's Beatstick. The Executioner, giving you attack speed and attack physical power, really good. Definitely something that you would want. This one, by the way, only gives you a little bit of physical power. You always want this one. You never want that one. Because why would you want 10 stacks if you can get 60 stacks? I mean, yeah, I don't really see why you would want that. Obviously, it's a little bit easier to get these stacks, but yeah, it's all about the late game, man. But with carries, it's all about the late game. So, yeah, Executioner, as I said, attack speed, physical power. Brawler's Beatstick prevents healing, so that's actually really good against healers. And yeah, you can consider that. It is, however, a niche item. You only want it in certain situations, and we are going to have to deal with Ra at some point. Anyhow, Brawler's Beatstick, I discussed that. Frostbound Hammer, you basically never want that on this character. It is for other characters. This one, we have two. We have Runic Shield, which increases your magic resist if hit by an ability. And this one, where your HP 5 is increased, but yeah, you never want that. You always want the Runic Shield. It is a good item if you're up against magic damage, and you need some protection for that, basically. And Jotun's Wrath is really not for you unless you're having mana problems, and if you're having mana problems, yeah, it's a reasonable item. It is a cooldown reduction item, but you don't really need your cooldowns that much. You're basically a basic attack, well, god. So, yeah, you can consider it, sure, but really not your main build. Unless that is what you want to go for. If you want to go for her as more of a caster, then sure, go for it. So, Jotun's Wrath, yeah, as I said, more of an item that fits your playstyle. I personally don't like it, but hey, who am I to judge? So Golden Bow, that's definitely not for you. It is a splash item, all your basic attacks will have splash, but it's not for you. You have enough damage as it is. With normal items, you can clear waves pretty quickly, and yeah, there's no reason to get it. Kin's Blades then, we have Kin's Blades and King's Size. Both of them have good damage. Both of them have increased attack speed, which is really something you would want as Neith. Because power plus attack speed means lots of damage. Yeah, here you do 4% of target's maximum health as damage, and here you do 20 plus 6% of the missing health. So yeah, it's kind of who you're up against and things like that, but definitely something to consider. The Kin's Blades against people with large health pools. Kin's Size, if you're going up with your team into team fights, and you're pretty sure that you're hitting people at low health, because then it does extra damage. Transcendence, not for you. Both of these are pretty good, but not for you. Void Blade, probably one of the main items to get here. Void Blade really increases your physical resist, so your physical protection. Don't go for the normal Void Blade, go for the focused Void Blade. It is the one that you would want, because focused Void Blade gives you 25 penetration, whereas this gives you protection reduction of 15. And plus it's only a range of 55, so it's not great for you. Bloodforge, yeah, you can consider that as your lifesteal item. I will get to lifesteal in a moment. Yeah, if Ra beats my Minotaur before I actually am done, I will just start another game. Yeah, so Bloodforge, it gives you a lot of lifesteal. It also gives you a lot of extra power. So it can actually be very useful, especially if you get attack speed, because it is based on the amount of attacks you do within 4 seconds, basically. And yeah, so it is worth considering, but we'll get there. Then the Rage. Rage is one of the better items DPS-wise. It gives you extra critical strike, extra physical power, extra attack speed, so it's basically everything that you want, sorry. Yeah, and here it says on the normal Rage, if it doesn't crit, your next critical strike chance, so your next hit will have a 10% higher critical strike chance. Actually, it's 10% point, but that's beside the point. The other one, Malice, is actually just has 40% critical strike, so it's basically gives you that one-shot advantage, but it doesn't give you the same amount of attack speed, as you can see. It also gives you 5 extra physical power, but 5 extra physical power is not that much. Then, Hydra's Lament, not for you. Eye of Retaliation, just a bad item in general, and Deathbringer, definitely for you. So we're going to start with that here. That's of course silly, but hey, whatever. Deathbringer gives you physical power and critical strike chance and critical strike damage increase, so it's basically super high damage item, and yeah, you would want that. Then we have attack speed, oh sorry, yeah, attack speed items, there we go. Essie, definitely for you. Soulbringer, if you, oh sorry, Soul Eater, if you want, because it gives an aura for physical power, physical lifesteal, so if you have a lot of physical allies, go for this. It's actually good lifesteal. It also gives your allies lifesteal and physical power. So that's excellent. These are your boots. These are your boots. Warrior Tabis, not the Ninja Tabis. Ninja Tabi are for casters. Unless you're playing her as a caster, as I said with Jotun's Wrath, you want to go for the other one. Then, yeah, we have Fatalis. Not for you. Really not for you. It is a good item. I'm not saying that. It's just as Neith, you don't need it. So you have an escape, so you don't need the extra movement speed. By the way, this is with extra movement speed and extra attack speed. This one prevents you from being slow too much. So, yeah. The Executioner. Yeah, I already said that. I think it is a very, very good item. It's attack speed plus reduction. So it's actually good. It can really do you very well if you go for that. So it all depends on your playstyle. If you're really up there in people's business, you don't need this, because you can just get out with damage, but or well, do it with damage. But if you're really someone who likes to poke and who likes to pick up minions early game, the Executioner might actually be your item. So yeah, consider it. Just try it out, see if it fits your playstyle, and if it does, it's a good item, so I would definitely recommend it. Then Witchstone, not for you. This is a tank item. So it does give you protection, movement speed, and attack speed, but only the attack speed is what you would want as Neith. And there are so many better items for that. Yeah, Kin's Blades, I already discussed those. Rage, I already discussed that as well. So then we get to the lifesteal. Lifesteal is an important part of your build. So pick wisely, because, well, Eye of Retaliation, just forget it. That's just bad. Soul Eater, as I said, is for if you have physical damage allies in your team. And you need like 2 more to make it worth it. 1 would be good, then it would be like, it would still be a decent item, but it's definitely not the best item to get. It used to be, but not anymore. For now, I would say if you have 3 physicals on your team, get Soul Eater, or make sure that someone gets Soul Eater, because it is a pretty big boost. Plus 10 to physical power to you and 2 allies, 10% physical lifesteal to you and 2 allies, that is excellent. So my personal favorite would be either Essie or Devourer's Gloves, unless there's a lot of healing on the enemy team, and then Beatstick is the one to go for. Essie gives you physical lifesteal, as you can see, physical lifesteal, attack speed, penetration, and you get extra lifesteal if you drop below a certain amount of health. That is not for you, so the special, the passive, is not for you. For you, it has 15% lifesteal, attack speed and penetration. By the time you get below 35% health, you basically die anyway. So yeah, don't worry too much about it. If you want to have more lifesteal, you want to go with the Devourer's Gloves. As I say, go for Devourer's Gloves, not for the Devourer's Touch, because that is just crap sauce. Here the Brawler's Beatstick. You can see there are 2 versions. This one is hit by basic attacks. That's the one you want as Neith. Then we have here hit by your abilities. 25% reduced healings and regeneration. But yeah, this one is 25%, this one is 50%. So you only need to hit them once, or you need to hit them twice with your abilities, and you're not going to manage that all the time. So definitely go for this one. There are only very few champions where you want to go, or heroes, gods, whatever you want to call them, where you want to go for the cudgel. I really have never used it. So the Beatstick it is. Kinsblades, discuss those. It's just a good item. I mean, you've seen it pop up on the 3 major categories here, and yeah, it's just a good item. Same goes for Bloodforge. Definitely a good item. It gives you lifesteal and physical power, and you get extra physical power every time you hit someone, up to 4 times. So it's excellent. And as I said, Eye of Retaliation, just crap. So never buy that on anyone. Penetration then. We see Essie come back once again. So if you need penetration, go for this. As I said, the boots, yeah, you want the Warrior Tabi and not the Ninja Tabi. Titan's Bane is more of a late game item. It gives you percentage physical penetration, but it gives you a lot of penetration. So if you're having trouble with people building physical resist, physical protection, buy this and just shred them up. Just kill them instantly with this. So it is a good item. It's not your 6th item. It's probably your 3rd or 4th item if you want to build it. Unless you go for the Executioner, which is an early game item, and then you can, well, delay Titan's Bane quite a bit. So on these kind of games that are really quick, so Arena, Joust, Domination, you may want to go for Titan's Bane straight up. However, on Conquest, because it takes such a long time to finish the match, you might want to go for Executioner first and then delay the Titan's Bane so you can get your lifesteal in, get other things going. And just, yeah, wait with that. Jotun's Wrath, yeah, as I said, it's not for you unless you want to play her as a caster or you're having mana trouble in general. But mana trouble can most of the time be resolved by just playing better, by just learning to conserve your mana. And I am really not the one to talk to because I like to spam skills. But even I don't have mana trouble on Neith. Void Blade, as I said, just a great item. Go for the focused Void Blade. It is an awesome item. It gives you penetration, protection, and power. It is all you can want in one package. The only thing it needs is, could use to make it the perfect item is lifesteal. But yeah, you really don't need that. Then critical chance. Deathbringer, as I said, one of your main items, but it is really expensive. So buy it in the late game. This is probably behind the Titan's Bane that we saw earlier. Titan's Bane is not that expensive. Deathbringer is like 1,000 more expensive. So yeah, go for that in the late game. Rage, as I said, is a good item, but it depends on your playstyle. It is a good item though. A golden bow, crap, it's not for you. I already said that, I know. Then defensive items, no, 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 no. These are not your items. You don't want to go this on a physical carry, because as you can see, everything is just physical protection. The only exception, and there's only one, that is Void Blade. Void Blade is your exception. Unless you're really getting your ass handed to you. And then you might want to go for something like Hide of the Nemean Lion, if you're going up against physical. Or in magical case, if you're really getting your ass handed to you by a mage, Bulwark of Hope is your guide to go. It gives you that 50% damage reduction. It is awesome. But you shouldn't need it. Then aura items, nope, these are not for you. Well, unless Soul Eater and Void Blade. But as I said, I already discussed those. All of the rest, not for you. Pestilence, not for you. It is crap. It is crap in general. Then this, if you can make it work. So this is movement speed. If you can make it work. Heartseeker is a really good item, but if you go 0-6 in the early game, you might not want to go for that. It is an early game item, so judge from like the first 3 minutes whether this is worth it. If it's worth it, buy it straight off. It will give you great benefits, if only the movement speed. 10% movement speed is really good. Then cooldown reduction, this is normally not for you, but as I said, if you want to play it as a caster, Jotun's Wrath comes to mind. And if you're having trouble with physical damage someone and you want to play as a caster, Breastplate of Valor, because it gives you cooldown reduction, mana, and physical protection. So it's basically all you would need then. Mana, not for you, except, as I said, Jotun's Wrath in certain situations, Breastplate of Valor in certain situations. And then the MP5, yeah, you never want any of these. So, that's all the items. Now it's time to kind of win the game here. So yeah, I will be back and show you how Neith is played in the next video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.